Hi, my channel name is SecondEraOfMoles, and if you have clicked on this video accidentally, 90 seconds is all I ever ask. This is a sweet typing thrill. It's the sequel to Playing with Letters, as it says in the instructions. This is a sequel to Playing with Letters. It is highly recommended that you play the first installment before you enjoy this one. I have played the first installment. This is a game in which you solve nebulous puzzles. If you find the game to be too slow, you can press enter to skip to the next line, and backspace in order to instantly draw all the text on the screen. Once you've written down your answer, you can press enter to check if your solution is correct. In case it is, you will proceed to the next level. Just as last time, don't be fooled by the red herrings. You got me with your red herrings last time, I'm not going to let that happen again. I stand here, staring at the last words I'd ever want to read. Where am I? A few years have passed since I was made to play Noel's game. I still have an aching scar on my shoulder from when he struck me with his knife. Luckily, I managed to avoid a more serious wound, as I was prepared for something to happen. After I ran away, the news told me of a burning house with a burned body inside of it, which supposedly belonged to Noel. Right now, while I am standing by his gravestone, I am reading those dreadful words once more. It's obvious what they mean. Noel has not died, and he hasn't quit doing that which he loves the most, and that is why I must stop him. He's clearly taunting me, which means he must have left some clues as to his whereabouts. That is when it hit me. It hit me like a brick to the face. Back then, I had hit Noel in the head with the final mechanical box. Afterwards, I had just dropped it and started running away. Unlike the other boxes, this one had not been attached to the table. Knowing Noel's attention to detail, that final box could not have been entirely meaningless. I have to go back there, find it, and open it. Finding the box was easier than I thought it would be. The house, if you can call it that in its current state, is part of a poor neighbourhood, has been left untouched. Password was easy to get to. I've already earned what's inside, as I've already solved the conjoined puzzle. Inside was put a small note, on which was written an address. I find myself now standing in front of a computer screen. Ooh, chinning so far. Long time no see, detective. I am pleased to see that you're back to play some more. Of course, you can't see me. You may find that to be somewhat unfair, but once again, I know you'd only try to capture me if you could, and that would be no fun. No. You have to earn your chance to snatch me and you. That's why you find yourself staring at the screen instead. All that said, this game won't be entirely pointless for you. If you manage to solve all the puzzles, I will tell you something which will help you to find me. That would be my surname. This time, there will be no dirty tricks. You started to intrigue me too much for that. So, detective, are you game? Sorry, I'm finding the E's kind of confusing, because they could be B's sometimes. Anyway. Deja vu. Of course you are. Why else would you be here? I suppose it's only orderly to give you a bit of an explanation. Why are you sitting by a computer this time? You see, I am a huge believer in evolution, Mr. Detective. Despite all my love for the mechanical, I have not allowed myself to become an article of the past. I would not have come this far had I given up on adaptation to modern times. Ooh. My love for mechanics stems from an even deeper love of the inner workings of this world, or anything for that matter, including the human body. Quite literally. I have spent a long time learning the language of codes and coding. Codes are all the central theme of our game. If you think you've solved a puzzle, simply write down what you think the solution is. Do you understand? It's deja vu, I'm guessing, because he wants me to say I understand. Which was the first solution in the first game. Agarman even. Ah yes, it's a bit of a shame to be denied the pleasure of physically opening a box with the password, isn't it? In the very least, you are presented with a new text box. I know, not the best of my puns. This isn't necessarily a game that's all about word games. I mentioned the theme being codes earlier. Do notice that I wasn't referring to programming. I'm thinking more in terms of altering text. making a message difficult to interpret at first glance. So, like a cypher. Worry not, for I shall teach you along the way. Have you perchance taken a moment to appreciate your surroundings yet? The building has a fairly dark history. Once upon a time, this structure used to be a large inn. What do we never stop doing? Okay, so Agar Man is another anagram for anagram? Gram. The structure used to be a large inn. What do we never stop doing? So I'm guessing there's an ing on the end. So we've got learning? 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 Ah, learning. Yeah. Did I done it? Rotate. Agar Man. You know what they say, repetition is the mother of all learning. And indeed, learn we shall. As for reiteration, I think we'll turn it down a notch and focus on something new. Despite that, there is at least one more thing I think you will want to remember. That is to start taking notes. Where's me pen and paper? Paper, indeed clicky. So we've got O, I, O, I, E-I-E-I-O. Modern technology is amazing, isn't it? Whenever you feel like looking something up, you can simply Google it. Like this inn, for instance. Did you know that it had 13 rooms? The first page that comes up, though, is an article about something mysterious, about mysterious disappearances. I guess 13 may be an unlucky number after all. Some even believe the number to be possessed by demonic powers. Of course, such faiths have many an abjurer as well. Where do you feel faith in the supernatural belongs? I'm looking at those O's and I's. Could they be zeros and ones? Let me just look up what that is in binary. Okay, I think it's 83. I don't know if that is anything relevant. Okay. 13 rooms. Such faiths have many an abjurer as well. Where do you feel faith in the supernatural belongs? Rotate. Rotate. So the most simple of ciphers is where you move the letter along. So what happens if we move abjura 13 letters along? I need to look up the alphabet. So, using a ROT13 cipher, don't you know, which I've just looked up on Wikipedia, I'm getting nowhere. Yeah? You see my pun that I just did? Rotate. I couldn't have put it better myself. So, assimilation gives us another 0, 1. I couldn't have put it better myself. Relief in that which does not exist is but an unnecessary waste of precious time. I hope you didn't simply guess the answer to the previous puzzle and happen to get it right. In case you did, you've learned nothing, and are not likely to solve this coming puzzle either. I can't teach you everything, as I'm sure you know. Without a teacher, this process of learning, more often than not, consists of bringing 2 of 4 previous skills together. Don't you think? Now, I would say this puzzle is not vaguer than the last one. You already have the tools you need to solve it. You need only realize where and how to use them. What do I enjoy to see people refrain from? Okay, I gotta get all these zeros and I's down. I think there's gonna be some kind of binary code at the end. Oh. This puzzle is not vaguer than the last one. Okay, so do I have to use the 13 rotation and then it's also an anagram? So let's see what not vaguer turns into. I am having to write these down because brilliant brain though I have, it's not that brilliant. So that cipher gives us a big intro. So I'm guessing there's the ing. I'll put the letters up on the screen so that you can see. I'm guessing that the ing is going to turn into an ing. Make sure you're always carrying an ing. What else do we have? B-A-T-I-E. What do I enjoy to see people refrain from? Breathing? Yeah, I've missed out a letter somewhere. Yeah, there should be an H in there. I'm gonna shoehorn an H in. So it's breathing. You don't like to see people breathing. You like to see them dead, and you like to see their blood. Imposters. Good form, detective. I must admit, seeing the life drain out of a person's eyes is a rare, albeit beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I wouldn't expect you to understand, though. But you don't have to. We all experience the world in our own ways. As I've told you, though, evolution is important. Many believe differently, but survival of the fittest still applies to this day. There's numbers in there that are making me stumble. There are no rules to living. Not really. We like to think there are. That much is for certain. Even I do. One of the rules I tend to live by is that any means are allowed if you want to replace those above you on the food chain. Speaking of rules, submit your answer in an orderly manner. My apologies for the coding error. What paves the way for the true potential of learning? Death! Okay, get these numbers. We've got an O, we've got an I, we've got an I, we've got an I. We've got an O, we've got an O, we've got an I, we've got an O. So far I've got oi oi ooh ee oi ee oi ooh I oi ee ooh yo. There's something in that. Imposters. Okay, so we've got 5, and then this is eyes. Beautiful thing. Okay, 6, 20, 15, 6, 6, 18. So that would be E, T, O, F, F, R. There's an extra 2 in there as well. I don't know if that's significant. It could just be a typing error. But the way this game plays feels like it's significant. If you want to replace those above you on the food chain, one of the rules I tend to live by is that any means are allowed if you want to replace those above you on the food chain. Oh bloody hell, it's an anagram. It's an anagram of effort. E-F-F-O-R-T. Took me bloody long enough. Effort. Yeah. Fun. Riddle me this. Well played. Now we are beginning to get somewhere. Are we? I thought we were going lots of places. Even while learning, it's important to take a few breaks in between. Thus, don't you think it'd be nice, with one deviation away from the rest of the puzzles? Something easy and generally pleasant. I have a feeling you may have disliked the riddle in our previous game, so I've come up with a new one, just for you. The subject of the riddle is very important though, not only to you and me, but for life in general. I swear that there is nothing shady about this riddle. Are you ready? Alright then, here we go. You can see because of me, but if you look at me, you will no longer see. What am I? Okay, first of all, we're gonna write down. You can see because of me, but if you look at me, you will no longer see. So, I'm guessing it's the sun, because the sun gives light so that you can see things around you. If you look at the sun too long, does your eyes in. The sun? Yay, I did it! See? Wasn't that just what you needed? I hope you're getting ready for the final spurt, because regrettably, we're closing in on the end of this little game I've made for you. To be honest, I made it for me too. Not only is it fun to come up with puzzles, but it's fun to sit back, watching while you enjoy them. Did I mention there's a camera in this room? Well, there is a camera in this room, because this is the camera in this room. But worry not, as I promised, no harm should come upon you this time. The same can't be said about the people that have disappeared from this inn, though. I don't think they'll have an easy time resting in peace. You can almost hear their crib still, so listen closely. Listen closely, dear detective. How many haunting voices are there? That up at the top is Morse code, is it not? I don't know. I'm going to look up Morse code and see if I can figure out what that is. Okay, so the top thing says Morse. I'm thinking I'm going to have to listen to this and interpret into dots and dashes. This could take a few tries. Dot, dash, 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 break, dash, dot, 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 break, dash, 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 dot. See if we can figure out what that is. So it comes to 169. No, not 196, 169. I'm so happy with that. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. Well then, there is only one little puzzle left now. Before we go through it, I think it's only apt that I tell you a bit more about the location you're at, in case you didn't already figure it out. All those dead guests are victim of mine. That is why this inn eventually had to be shut down. Naturally, I was never caught, nor suspected. I didn't work here, you see. I had simply happened to come across the blueprints of the building, and I noticed that there was a hidden room. That would be the 13th one. You see, the owner, along with the guests, only knew about 12 of them. It was so easy to carry the sleeping guests to the secret room and kill them here, in peace and quiet. It's not hidden anymore, though. In fact, you're in it right at this moment. And we've got oh, hi, hi, oh, oh, hi, hi, hi. Not all things are what they seem. All good things must come to an end. I'm sure that applies to all bad things too. That would include me and you then, no? Humanity itself will not exist forever either. Sometimes one can wonder what the point of it all is, but I try not to. I try to enjoy my time here on this planet instead. I've told you before, but I'm getting old. I don't have the time nor energy to kill as many people as I used to. I still get my fill here and there though, but lately the idea of some kind of intellectual challenger has intrigued me more and more. That is where you come in, detective. It goes without saying that you need to get something out of it all too. We've had quite a sweet typing thrill, haven't we? Ah, name of the game. Alas, there is one little puzzle I doubt you'll ever solve. For this one, though, I have given you all you need. What is my surname? So... O-I. So I reckon it's binary, so I'm going to try and find a binary converter and convert it to binary. So, the numbers come out to Strife. Noel Strife. It's a bit of a crap name. Yeah! Aftermath. Brilliant! Simply brilliant. Yes, my name is Noel Strife. You've earned your right to know my name, fair and square. We've learned a lot today, haven't we? Maybe the student will one day become the master. I'm sure you'll be able to find me, now that you know my full name. I can barely wait for the excitement that follows. I shall stand by my word. There is no trickery this time. You are free to go, unharmed. I know you'll come looking for me, and I'll be eagerly waiting for you, detective. But for now, our little game has come to an end. Worry not, however. Once you find me, I will have prepared a new one for you. Until then, detective. Press Z to end game. That was good. Actually, I think that was better than the first one. I think the first couple of puzzles, they were all kind of the same, but the music one, the Morse code music one, that was a really good one. That was really, really good. And I got the ending of it this time. I'm a smart man. So if you've made it past the 90-second mark, thank you very much and congratulations. If you've made it this far, maybe you're willing to go a bit further. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm @RainmakerNO12, or you can subscribe to the channel for notifications of future videos. Thank you very much for watching this one, and goodbye.